This month in There's Only One, we'll be talking to one of the most influential and important figures of the past 7 years. Roy Keane has shown he can play anywhere on the field, having appeared at right back, as a central defender and in every position across midfield since signing for us in '93. Keane, who you won't be surprised to learn was a former amateur boxer, is probably United's most passionate and determined performer, a driving force through the heart of midfield. He's regarded by many, including Sir Alec, as the jewel in the Old Trafford crown. Let's talk to the man himself and find out what makes him tick.
Signed Roy Keane this morning, or Roy's agreed to join us. It's a 4-year contract, and it is an English record transfer fee. We're delighted that he's finally with us.
It was very late because I think everyone knew how to close my contract when we got relegated, and I think the manager found out I was speaking to Blackburn, and the club were I think they couldn't agree with fee, to be fair, with Forest, and it was come up to the European deadline date. I think that's when they paid. It was like the extra 250,000 that Forest wanted, that the deal went through. But as soon as I found out, I was back in Ireland. I got a phone call from the manager saying that he'd like to speak to me, and I flew over to Manchester the next day. And I knew from even before speaking terms that you know it was the club I wanted to come for, because just from the impression Alex Ferguson gave me, and obviously it was Manchester United, and Blackburn made me a fantastic offer at the time, and I was flattered, and I was looking forward to going there. It was a big challenge to me. But then when United came in, I didn't have a choice if I had to be United.
What an introduction to a full house. 2 goals in the first 45 minutes. And that's what you call being an instant hit.
Roy Keane, who wasn't involved last season, is in when the medals are handed out this time. Marvellous moments for Manchester United. The match here not really too important to the day. This is what it's been all about. The FA Carling champions, Manchester United.
Yeah, it was. As I said, the team were already after winning the championship, so the pressure was on to repeat it. United waited long enough, and to win it once would have been no good. So to go on was great, and to win the double in my first season was, a great achievement. And that was a hell of a team we had.
What was the strength of the side?
I think good players. We had good players, and we really had a good team spirit. Honestly, it was. We all like to go together, and we all like to drink and a good crack together, and that always helped. And as I said, the most important thing, as I said, good players, and we worked hard for each other. And we could outplay teams, but a lot of teams came to get wired into us, and we could give as good as we got. So that was important.
Marble.
Well, I've said before, and it's not just the captaincy really doesn't bother me that much. I think when Eric retired, the manager was looking at it, and I think there was me, Peter, Polly, Dennis, who maybe had a chance of getting it, and the manager gave it to me. And as much as it's an honour to me, it's just a bonus. That's all it is to me, because the most important thing is that you got 11 players out there who all know what jobs to do, and my job is, basically as captain, is to make sure that they're switched on, really, and that's about it. Without a shadow of a doubt, yeah. I had 8-9 months to look at the game, sitting in the stands watching the game, and because I picked up the injury from a bit of stupidity on my behalf, trying to trip up another player, and I paid for it, the ultimate price, really. Well, the ultimate price would have been finished, but I suppose nearly there. And I came back, and now hopefully I play with my head a bit more. Not that much more, but I play with my head a bit more, not my heart,
Borini. Zidane. Keane's after him.
Well, again, everyone goes on about the 5 or 6 lads who've come up together, but I think you've got to give the other players credit as well. I think we all want to win football matches. It's not just on the match days. We got a lot of late goals in the last couple of seasons. That's just fitness is quite good, and people don't realise that. They just see us turn up at Old Trafford, but we train pretty hard. The manager, obviously, and the coaching staff do their jobs well, and they prepare us right, not just for the next game, but for the whole season, because usually come January, February and March, I think that's when we get really strong, when some teams seem to tire. So it's just sheer determination from the players, and they deserve a bit more credit, I think, than they get. It's not just about skill, you know. They work hard at it.
Recent record will be the most likely to break the deadlock. It's a good challenge by Speed. This is Keane trying to find some room, and he has! Priceless goal! Just listen to the reaction. Found the room there. Beasley came to make the challenge. It was too late, and he tucked it quite beautifully into the corner. Long, long time in coming. Beat the challenger Weatherall and struck it home truly.
Well, I don't like watching any game. I think that me, Scoldy and Henning and Jim Ryan sat together in the stand, and it was great. You know, as I said, the main thing is the club, and you know, people maybe find it hard to understand sometimes, but it is. It's no good us getting to the final and losing. The fact is that me and Scoldy or whoever, Henning and whoever wasn't involved, you know, we still that night we still had a great do, and you know, finished off a great season for everyone because everyone played their part.
But had you thought they'd lost it?
Believe it or not, no, I still honestly, I felt we'd win it even with a minute or two to go. I just had a sneaky feeling that if we got one, I knew the Germans were pretty knackered by then, and I just fancied us to win it. Future for me, I suppose, who knows? Well, I've signed a 3-year contract. I've got this year and 2 left, and see how that goes. But as a footballer, you know, especially when you've had long-term injuries or whatever, you just really can't look too far ahead. But for this moment in time, I couldn't be happier. You know, we're on the back of a few bad results at the moment, so things could be better. But hopefully things will pan themselves over the season. We'll get our just rewards because we're playing, I think, in the hardest league in the world. I believe that. You know, I think the Italian and Spanish leagues are very good. Maybe people will argue that point, but I think our league is better than them too at this present moment in time. So for me, it's to continue winning championships and trying to win the European Cup. And that's for Manchester United. I think hopefully we'll go on from success. I know the manager retires and the players remain as hungry as ever because that's what it's all about. You know, winning football matches.